Hey, everybody, and good morning. Welcome to Mana Inspiration by me, Note Endurance. Now, we're going to always start out with the scripture. My scripture today is Matthew 5:16, which states, "In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven." On that scripture, it brings me to the title or the subject of my video today is what do you want to be known for? That's what it brings to me, and it makes me think of a friend that we recently just lost. His name is Jim Wells. Jim Wells, speaking of what you want to be known for, he was known for a lot of things. He helped I think everybody I know. He helped the church out every time that I was volunteering. I would see him there. I would say there was this one time where in my house during the summer, I was actually volunteering and helping out with the church, and I was asking somebody if they had any spare ACs. Now, I didn't have any, and inside my house was becoming a hot box. I asked somebody else, he overheard and actually told me, "Hey, I got an AC." Um, Came to my house, actually installed it. That really kind of taught me a lesson during these times because not only installed one, but he gave three air conditionings, window ACs, and installed each one. Um, it made me think of just excellence, giving back to one another, and really sticking to it because there were times where he was doing the work and I was kind of getting distracted with other things. So I had to walk away, come back, and he was still on it. He did it till he thought it was perfection. It made me think of another man that was my mentor, and his name is Randy Williams. And he was the same way. Everything was perfection. He had to do it to his perfection. I think, what do you want to be known for? Jimmy was known for his smile, his laugh, his joy he brought. That's what I want to ask you. What do you want to be known for? It made me question myself. Every time we get somebody that passes that close, I always go into and I question myself. Would I be happy with the legacy I'm leaving, or do I need to start changing? Now, with this, because of the change that I'm currently just constantly becoming a student of myself, it made me come to a different perspective on really the joy that you bring to others. It also reminds me of the tombstone test. The tombstone test was something that was in the 1 Minute Salesperson that Chuck Policelli, who was one of my former managers, actually got me to start reading. Once I started reading, I listened to the audio and then I listened to both of them. This actually ignited a lot of fire within my belly about selling the right way, selling with less stress. Really opened my eyes up to more than what I'm capable of and what I have inside and be able to show it and express it. The tombstone test, let me get back to that, is basically they're talking, he's talking to another gentleman and he's explaining, what do you want it to say on your tombstone? Now, this is kind of where you want to go up with your question. What do you want to be known for? That's where I'm leading to my pal Jimmy. God rest his soul and bless him and his family. I pray for everybody that's with him, and they find peace and that he's rejoicing. But also, it made me come to that realization of how hard am I working? What am I giving? What do I want to be known for? Um, it also brings me to the book The Man Searches for Meaning from Dr. Viktor Frankl. Now, this book, Les Brown kind of brings it up during one of his speeches, And he talks about during when Viktor Frankl was put on a train from a concentration camp onto a train with other, uh, I would say, fellow prisoners, and they were told three things on their way. And one, how I remember, is because when he was on the train, he passed his old town where he grew up. But during this time, he was a prisoner and he was in captive. As he passed, all he could think of was his childhood. And as this is happening, there was an officer going around and was asking three things. And it's, who are you? Where are you from? And where are you going? Now, I think this relates to our life. Really, if you look deep into it, ask yourself those questions. Who are you? Where are you from? Where are you going? You know, it takes a lot of soul searching, I think, sometimes to really answer those questions. Sometimes they're easy for other people, sometimes they're not. But I think the only way we're able to grow is by challenging ourselves, developing this knowing for what we want to be known for, what we bring to the world. Um, I would say, while doing the unknown, while digging deep, I think it's good to push yourself beyond the limits, because if you never push yourself, you'll never know your capabilities that you have. And I wrote down from yesterday when we were in service, Pastor Bo, he stated, don't get comfortable. And then he said, get uncomfortable. And it just reminded me, honestly, of a phrase. It said, get comfortable being uncomfortable. There's this phrase that he stated, and it says, compromise is the kiss of death of your testimony. Don't compromise. Live to your fullest. Live like my buddy Jim, to where he's living all out, and everybody that I talk to always have nothing but good to say about him. Of course, he went through life. There's probably things, like everybody else, that there was bad, but does the good outshine the bad? And what you're offering to others, what you're giving of yourself, what is the bigger meaning? So ask yourself, dig deep. That's what I've been really kind of soul searching, is what am I able to bring? What am I trying to set the example? There's daily where sometimes I fail. And, hey, don't get down on yourself. Like in the 1 minute salesperson, they tell you 1 minute reprimand, where you just basically tell yourself it's not acceptable. This is time for you to step up. It's the new year. It's time for you to step up to the new you, to the new level. Tony Robbins says this, and it says, set the bar, raise your standards. Set the bar, raise your standards. Continuous growth, continuous contribution of you and yourself. Now, The Rock said this is, be the hardest worker in the room. That's what you want to be known as. You want to bring, I would say, there's a phrase that somebody said to me once, and it said, when you come into the room, do you want to be that person that everybody's like, oh, not him again? Or do you want to be that person that everybody's excited and saying, oh, we are so excited that he stepped into the room because he's bringing that presence with him? That was Jimmy, honestly. He brought that presence with him of joy, of just happiness. That's what I want you to do. When you step into a room, what presence are you bringing? Are you bringing where people are kind of want to shun away from you, or are you bringing that where people actually want to come and talk to you, want to be your friend? Are you friendly? Pastor Mike talked about being kind in the beginning of our service. I think that's the only way we're able to touch others, is when we touch their hearts and we're being kind. That's the only way we're able to be remembered. That's what I want you to think of is who touched your heart. Jimmy Wills really touched my heart, and everything he done to help us, and it made me really think of that scripture, Matthew, of showing your good works. He showed me his good works, and he didn't have to. He did all from the kindness of his heart, which I love, because that's where I think we all should come from, is that place of just friendliness, being kind. Nowadays, everybody is really quick to try to snap at each other or really argue. What's wrong with being nice? You know, don't think being nice is being weak, because it's growth. If you come to think about it. Now, when you push yourself beyond these limits, I think of, because I'm at the gym consistently, I just think of when you go in there, how much are you pushing yourself? Are you pushing yourself to where your muscles are tearing? Are you pushing yourself to failure? Are you pushing yourself in the heavy? How much are you pushing yourself? Now, with your mind, I think that's very important also. I also meditate. It started out honestly for like 30 seconds to a minute. Now I'm able to meditate and clear my mind. I do a vocal exercise during this. Um, what helped me at first was a guided meditation, is that way somebody's talking and guiding you through that meditation to help you release whatever's jumbling in your head. I also say, go to the scripture. There's tons of stuff in the Bible that will help you with that, whatever you're going through, that inner turmoil. So that way you're able to fight this, push through it. Now, last is push beyond your limits and your purpose. I think just like Jimmy, finding your purpose in this world, giving back, giving to others, blessing others. I don't think, if he never blessed me with this, I don't think he still made an impact on my life, but just showing that, going out of his way, coming to my house, and just, I definitely, he's in my heart forever for that. And I thank him. And I do thank him for showing me that lesson on how to be nice to others, how to help others, how to be a step above everybody else in this world, you know, to be more kinder, to be known for just that presence you bring and you help with them. But on that note, I do thank you guys for tuning in. Like the message, like the page, subscribe, share it with others. Definitely, I think if we're reaching just one person, yeah, I really believe that it's able to help. If you know somebody that is struggling with this, or struggling with something, or what they want to be known for and what their legacy, share it with them. Maybe it might help them. Maybe just one phrase. I always say I could read a book and get nothing out of it but one phrase, and that could change everything for my life. That's what I want you to focus on, is what can help change you. And that's all we're trying to do, is help you become a better you. Help you get your mana back where it belongs, solid, with your mind and heart connected with the spirit, with your solid, with your soul. I love you guys. Have a blessed week, and definitely tune in next week. Watch past videos. All we want to do is share. All I want to do is help. And I love you. Again, have a blessed week. Thanks for tuning in to Mana Inspiration. Take it easy.